So now I've removed the squeegee and the flood bar so we can demonstrate the micro registration. So in order to make a micro registration of a particular screen, you'll need to release the rear clamp so the screen can then move under micro. You'll loosen the micro, and then this will control movement here and here, and this controls your movement this way. Now what I'm going to do is release both clamps, release the lever, and pivot the mechanism up, break these safety cords, so you can see it. So at first, when you glance at it, you think, well, this just moves up and down, this moves up and down. But the interesting part is this right to left movement is mounted to the same linkage. So what ends up happening as you start to make a radical movement left or right, do you see how this pivots? So it's very much like the windshield wiper in your car. It's moving on an arc. And if you think about that arc, now that's a small movement, okay? But transfer this 31 inches out, and that is where your screen is. So this small bit of arc, when you move this right or left, causes a tremendous amount of whipping of the screen. So many times operators on these older micro systems, as they're moving right and left, they're also making adjustments to compensate for that whipping motion. On the Mustang, the micro has a very wide stance, which means when you're adjusting the tail or the tip, the wider these two adjustments are, the more control you have of the movement. So you release the side clamp, you'll loosen your micro knobs, and this controls the tail, and this controls the tip. These are rolled screws, so you have almost zero backlash. So when I make a movement, it's true. If I come back, it's true. It's a very smooth mechanism, extremely rigid. It swoops down for two reasons. One, you have great visibility into the screen. You have easy access into the screen. You also bring the mechanism lower. The closer you have the micro mechanism to the level of the screen, the more control you have over it. Now, one of the interesting things is I can run this way out, run this, the tail of it, all the way, and you'll see this line here. This line runs parallel to the print head. So if I have printed and I know I need to move my design down 1/16 of an inch, I can turn this 1/16 of an inch and not have to worry about making any adjustments here because my screen has truly moved 1/16 of an inch. Once I have everything where I need it, I lock it down and I'm ready to print. Press operators on a conventional machine hold down the reset button and rotate the pallet. Once they have the pallet in position, they let go of the reset button to engage the pallet. They don't have the ability to index the machine from the head, so it's basically a manual process. Hold the button down, rotate it to whatever position you're looking for, hold it in position, let the button go, and then from here they walk over to the head that they're looking to do a micro adjustment or introducing during setup. On the Mustang, they have a freewheel button. Pressing the freewheel allows you to rotate the table. The Mustang uses a pin drive system that engages the table. So even though we're not totally in position, we can press the freewheel, rotate it, and the pin will engage the table. At every head, as we're going through the setup, I can press the index button and the machine will index. I can go ahead and walk with the item that I printed or my tri-lock board, pressing the button as I go, and I can move right around the machine throughout the setup. Mustang is about solutions. In the end, really what technology does for you as a screen printer is it shortens the time it takes throughout each step of your process to get your job done. So when you're investing in a piece of equipment, you want to look at technology. Something as simple as being able to turn the print head on and off at the print head, obviously. Being able to adjust the number of strokes at the printhead. These are all little functions that you want to be able to do at the printhead. The machine behind me is a 16-color, 18-station machine. Can you imagine the amount of time lost walking back to the main control panel to do the simple functions that you can do on a Mustang? So at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, the quarter, and the year, there's no way you can make the argument that technology isn't going to produce more garments for you. How does it do that? Quicker setups. If the machine will set up one more job a day, X amount of jobs a week, X amount of jobs a month, that means there's more dollars in your pocket. Efficiency is why you buy new equipment. If you want old equipment, continue to run the old equipment you have. I'm Art Barnes from Spyder Machines, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please visit my blog. It's spyderpromo.com. Thank you for watching.